So I'm heading to the Crowley house this morning really early. I'm gonna just pick up some stone and a few things that I need for the project that I'm working on today at the Orchard Heights house. I can't believe how fast fall has come upon us, and the colors of the changing trees and all of the just crispness to the air. It's been absolutely beautiful here in Oregon. As you know, fall is one of my favorite times of year, and I just enjoy every second of it. The changing colors, the shorter days. We still have a lot to do on the farm. This is a huge planting time of year for us. The reprieve from the hot sun of the summer and just being able to work and enjoy makes it so much easier. Well, welcome back to Crowley House Flower Farm and Nursery. Today I am here at the Orchard Heights house. I've got to grab some rock or like pavers that we're going to be placing down. And I just have a few other things. We had somebody come and pick up all of their things for a open house. We do a lot of events for like wineries that do like wine events and things like that. So we're just super busy in the studio and also planting, like I said earlier. But I'm trying to make time for the gardens every week on the YouTube channel. Isn't always that easy. But I love doing it because it just gives me something, you know, really that just it is like for myself kind of thing. So anyways, I'm glad you're here. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, and we would love if you have a friend that likes following along with garden channels to join us. That would be awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go over and pick up my rock, get that ready to go, and then finish up just a little project here in the studio. But I think you're gonna really like this one. This project is something that I wanted to do. Well, it's something that I've had to think about. So it's a trouble area in the garden, or in the lawn, I should say. So we just planted a new lawn, and it's a little bit of a struggle. There's like a slight slope that comes off of the big porch that comes down. And so water and things like that will run down this slight little slope. And so when we reseeded the grass, I'm thinking, we need to fix this problem because grass never grows there. Also, people kind of walk there quite a bit to get out into the grass, you know, like when we have family events and stuff, kids just like run down, and it just creates a huge issue with grass growing there. So I decided to do, and this is a free project again, you know me, always trying to find something that is lying around that I got for free. I have some paver stones at the Crowley house, and we got them from some friends that had bought too much. So I just have them stacked away because, you know, one day I'm just going to use that. We did use a few here at Crowley House for like stepping stones through our grassy area, and I really like the way that looks. So I'm going to grab some of those. We're going to lay them down, and then I have some ground cover that has gotten a little bit out of control, and I'm just going to dig up a little bit of pieces of that and tuck them in. With this big rain that's coming, this atmospheric river, they call it, I think just to scare everybody. It's really, they used to call it a pineapple express. It comes kind of from the tropics, the Hawaii islands, you know, it kind of comes through here, but it just dumps a lot of rain. It's very warm. So we have them coming tomorrow, and I figured that that would just settle in all my new little starts of the ground cover through the rock area that I'm doing. So anyways, Braden's going to help me today, and we are going to get that all spiffed up. I'll probably put some, we have some bark that I'm going to lay down as well, just to kind of, you know, keep the weeds at bay. And yeah, it should go pretty easy, and I think it's going to turn out well. The only concern I had was my free rock. I wasn't sure how well that would blend with the house, but I think it will. I think it will be fine. It's free. It'll be great. All right. You know, when you're looking for things like garden stuff, you can look for free things on Facebook Marketplace, like stone, garden art, things like that. I found a lot of really cool things. But anyways, okay, get my muscles out and get to work. So last year when I went to go get all this stone that we were going to be using for another project, there was like snakes and stuff. in this pile of rock, which we do not have any snakes that are like poisonous or anything like that here in the Northwest. But we just have like bull snakes and gardener snakes. They still bite, but so I'm hoping to find some larger pieces in this pile because I think that would look better instead of like a whole bunch of little ones put together, pieced together. So we'll see what's left. I know I've pulled a lot of the nicer pieces out with other projects, but still looks like there's a pile of something here. I don't know if you can tell in here, but this rock has kind of like a lot of orange and yellow and a little bit of green and then a cream color to it and a little bit of a sheen or sparkle to it, which is not my favorite. I think I lean a little bit more towards like more natural look, like more of a gray or, you know, blue or things like that. But again, it's free. Finding a few good pieces, I think. It's just a little bit of work digging through the pile. See, that's the kind of the white look that it's kind of a gray white. And then you can add the other side has got a little bit more of the orange and yellow striations through it. A little bit of a sheen. So last week, Riley and I hauled some juniper in the Suburban, which the Suburban is used, you know, for things like that, where we go and harvest and lots of shuffling back and forth. We also have the new Crowley House van that we use mainly for weddings and things, but we also haul a lot of things, nursery product and cut greens and all that kind of stuff. But very thankful that I have a car that I can just, you know, throw dirty rock in for the day. But anyways, the car smells like juniper berry. So the juniper we use in our holiday wreaths, which are now, by the way, up on our website. We have all of our products available for the holiday season, which we're offering 2 beautiful wreaths this year. Absolutely stunning. So you can pre-order now. I think we start shipping probably in like 2 weeks. So we're just getting prepared for that. So trying to get this little project done. And before the big holiday rush comes, feels like it shouldn't be here yet, but it is. All right, so I'm gonna load this rock in and then take it on up to the Orchard Heights place and see what you guys think of it. Okay, so my plan is fairly simple. That's what I always say. So I got the rock. This is the little area, I don't know if you can see that, but right there, I laid out just a few sample pieces just to kind of see what it would look like, see if the colors would look good and that kind of thing. So basically I'm gonna just weed a little bit, edge a little bit, get the ground prepared, get my stones laid out how I like it. Braden's gonna help me. It should go pretty good. And then I'm gonna like add in all of the ground cover, add some mulch, be done. So I ended up breaking out the rototiller. We had it up here at this farm, partly because some of the tools ended up back at the other farm and we just didn't have the right equipment. I thought, I'm just not going to kill myself today. So I went ahead and did just a really light till to just kind of cultivate. And then we're going to go ahead and get everything leveled out, stone laid, and keep going. Love having help, but sometimes I have a very large family and they all, when they're here, my brothers love them. Anyways, they're here working on the field out here. We're just getting ready to plant some stuff for the farm. And so they've been clearing it. Keith had an excavator and cleared all the grapes, and then now they're just kind of burning the stubble and stumps and stuff like that. So Brayden and I are just going to make a few adjustments and go ahead and get our ground cover in, and we're just going to get it going. So this is the ground cover I have, and you can tell it's just kind of taking over a little bit. So I'm going to just kind of separate it out and just give me some nice clumps to actually put into the rock. And I think one of them is the woolly thyme. I think this lighter colored one is. I don't know if it smells. Some of these are very, yeah, it does. So I kind of want something that's steppable, and this one is very hardy. You can tell it's taking over the other one. It started off with just a few clumps last year, I want to say. I mean, isn't it crazy? It's just going to town. So I'm going to thin it out a little bit. It's going to look odd for a while. Both of them will fill in nicely soon enough. So I got quite a bit of clumps that I've pulled up by the root. You can see it look really nice. So I'm just gonna go tuck them into the rock, see how well it takes off. It'll look cool. Really messy right now, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a little bit of bark dust through here and then kind of water it all in. We have just a little bit of fertilizer down and then a couple different types of ground cover. It should fill in pretty nicely. Now the other thing that we're going to have to worry about this is just weeds coming through here. So staying on top of the weeds is key in this section. So it's a small enough section that I know I can just get in here and kind of tweeze them out. You can put down something called perine, which is like a granule that kind of keeps weeds at bay for harder areas like this. But I am putting a heavy amount of mulch down, so I've left enough between the stones to kind of hold that mulch in place, which is just a bark dust. And hopefully that works. I know it's going to be a labor of love, but it'll look really cool in a couple years. Here I have some Himalayan sweet box that is the dwarf variety, and I'm going to go ahead and plant that here. It's from Monrovia as well. We've had a whole bunch of this. We got this makes actually for a pretty good cutting. This one is the shorter one, so it only gets about 8 feet if you let it by 2 feet. So it's going to make for a really low kind of border. It's a good substitute if you're not going to use like a boxwood or you struggle with boxwood blight. So I'm just going to kind of border them here. I want them fairly close together because I want it to fill in pretty quickly. They grow pretty dang slowly. So anyways, it should look really nice when it fills in a couple years. Well, I think that project turned out amazing. It was so nice to have Braden help me with it because he's been gone for a while on vacation, and it's just fun to have someone help you, especially when you're lifting heavy stone and doing things like that, moving ground and earth and making decisions that reflect kind of the front of your house. If you would like to leave me a comment below and let me know what you think of this project, or I'd love to hear anybody that has like free things that they've gotten for their house and garden that has turned out to be amazing, or maybe not. So it'd be fun to hear some comments about that. Anyways, check out our wreaths. Like I said, we do have them available, and it does support our farm and channel. We're able to bring you really good videos that bring really good content. We like to share stuff that is a little more with value in it, so you're not just wasting 20-30 minutes just, you know, watching something that's kind of unfulfilling. Anyways, until next time, much success in all you do and grow, and we'll be seeing you shortly back here at Crowley House very, very soon. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.